a yarn haul to share. Hello my crafty friends, Mandobug here, and in today's video I wanted to share a yarn haul from a local yarn store in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to talk about the yarn I got and give you a first impression on it, as well as talk about the project that I ordered the yarn for. So, what did I get and where did I order from? So I made an order from Unraveled LLC, which is a local yarn store in Portland, Oregon. I saw D's Nuts About Yarn is her handle on TikTok and Instagram, making this darkening shawl using this lovely mohair yarn held with a merino yarn. So I immediately went to Stash. She didn't have it. I reached out to her and she said, you should order from this shop. So I did. This is the first time I'm ordering from Unraveled in Portland, as well as the first time I'm working with either of these yarns. So to make the darkening shawl, I ordered Knitting for Olive, and this is the soft silk mohair in the pearl gray colorway. Now, this yarn is a pretty medium grade silk mohair blend. I have been working with silk mohair lately, and I would say it's right on par with everything else that I've been working with. So I was super happy to feel that. It says that it's 70% mohair, 30% silk, traceable to farm reach standard. There's 225 meters per 25 grams. And it says hand wash. So for the pattern, you do need 2 of these because they come in such a small put up. So this is going to give this lovely fuzz of a halo to the project, but there's not a lot of sustenance and it's going to be super light. So holding it with another yarn is going to be perfect. So this is the same brand. This is Knitting for Olive Merino. And this one is a fingering weight, and it is 100% extra fine merino, traceable non-mulesed, Ucotex standard 100. You have 250 meters per 50 grams. It's recommending a 3mm knitting needle, hand wash as well. And this, I would say, is another like medium grade wool for what you're gonna feel. A medium grade merino, not medium grade wool. Merino tends to be softer than most other wool breeds, especially unlabeled wools. But I would say that this one isn't like the softest merino I've ever felt, but that can be a good thing because when you start losing softness, you gain durability. So you don't always want the softest wool, but it is, for me, who is someone who is not wool sensitive, it is next to skin soft, and with this mohair held with it, it's going to be even softer. Mohair silk blend. So I'm super excited to work these up together for this shawl. I mentioned the name of this shawl. Let me show you what it looks like. So the Darkening shawl is a pattern by Pearl Householder, and it is this gorgeous wispy, perfect for spooky season shawl. It's got these giant holes in it. It looks tattered and worn, and I think in the colors that I chose, it's gonna go perfectly with my Halloween outfit this year. I'm gonna be going as a ghost. No surprise, I have my mystery crochet along going on right now. I'm going to be wearing that shawl and this shawl, as well as my spooky ghost dress. So I'm super excited to be knitting this. What's really fun about this pattern is it's knit using giant needles. These are US 17s, which are 12mm needles. So you've got giant needles, thin yarn, and so it creates just this beautiful fabric that's unlike a lot of patterns that I see out there. I'm super excited to be making this. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I got the sweetest little note in my package from Allison and Janie and Noah at Unraveled. So thank you all so much. I also got a little cute little tape measure. So if you are in the Portland area or you want to support local yarn shops in general, you don't have to be local to the shop. I am in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in Washington, and I try to support all types of local yarn stores. What's so great about local yarn stores is they all specialize in something different. This is a place for small businesses to support other small businesses. I don't want to get too much into it. There's a whole thing about economies of scale and why, you know, big box store yarns are in places like Michael's and Joann's, and why the more specialty small business yarns are in local yarn shops. We want to keep it that way. I want to keep it that way. I like having the variety. I like being able to go get, you know, some acrylic big box store yarn, as well as get this brand I've never heard of, Knitting for Olive. And like I said on the tags here, they're like very specific about the yarn that they provide. It's traceable, it's non-mulesed, which if you don't know what that is something that you can look up. It's something that's done to merino sheep. Be warned, it's not pretty thing to look at. And then Oeko-Tex Standard 100, I mean, this is really well taken care of wool, silk, and mohair. So, you know, without these local yarn stores, it's hard for these types of yarn companies to exist. So at a bare minimum, give their website some love by going and checking out what they have to offer and what makes them different than other local yarn stores. I'll have a link to their shop in the description box below. I'll also have the pattern that I'm knitting linked below if you guys want to knit along with me, because it's going to take me a couple weeks. So yeah, the only other thing I put in my bag, I found this pumpkin spice chocolate bar that I've thrown in my bag for when I'm ready to cast on, and I'm so excited. Spooky ghost-like shawl, with chocolate. I'm gonna have to be careful about not getting it on my hands, right? This yarn is light, and you don't want to accidentally eat mohair because it can get a little fluffy and fly away once you start working with it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop yammering on and on. That is everything that I wanted to share with you guys. I am so excited to start this project, super excited with this yarn, and I'll be able to give you a full review once I've fully worked with it. Until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye!